What it do? Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome back. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. It's not really a trade recap. I'm currently on the practice account due to the government shutdown. I don't want to take any trades on the actual combine. So I swapped over after watching price move for the first hour. I usually cut myself off after about 10:30. So around 10:30 I swapped over to the practice account and just loaded up a trade. Um, I got some partials to be pulled on the way up, and I'm only risking $60. But like I said, the video is not really about that. As you can see by the title, I want to talk about some of my biggest struggles, some of my biggest problems that I've had in this last month trading. I kind of went back and watched the videos I posted, just skimmed through them to see where I was going wrong. I hope I'm not muted. Okay. So I just want to begin. I have some notes jotted down on my phone, so I'm just gonna kind of try and keep myself on track. We'll go ahead and begin. Uh, I've been having a pretty bad losing streak over the month of September, and I had a pretty big loss on the first trade of October. And I've been just going through it a little bit, saying like, what's going on? Why am I not succeeding the way I want to? So I jotted down some things that might point to that reason. I have impatience, revenge trading, focusing on my strategy, and confusing myself jotted down. So we'll kind of go down the list and talk one by one. My impatience. This is probably the least of my struggles. I'm actually pretty patient, sometimes too patient, and I'll let moves drag on a little too long before I enter. And I believe it was a trade or two ago. That's exactly what happened. I waited for the entire move down, and I took my trade at the bottom of the move and shorted. So took a big loss there. I was a little too patient, but I think I'd rather be too patient than not patient enough because I literally have like a crazy lose rate when I take trades too early before like 9:45 at minimum. So at minimum, at most, I don't really want to be taking a trade before 9:45. Really, not before like 9:50 before the macro opens. Revenge trading. I took one revenge trade, which ended up in a bigger loss than it should have been. That was the last trade actually. I'm usually pretty good about not revenge trading, but I was just so confident in my bias. And if you guys saw that video, my bias wasn't incorrect. I got stopped out, took a revenge trade, got stopped out just barely again, and then it ripped to my take profit. So I can't get too mad at myself for that. However, I shouldn't have taken the trade to begin with. I had taken my one trade that I was supposed to take with the contracts that I given myself on the account. I can only trade 3 contracts maximum, but I shouldn't have risked more. It's a total blunder on my part. So I have to really make sure that I'm not revenge trading. Um, it's as simple as that. I really let myself down with that one, but it's okay. This is why I'm making this video so I can learn from it and I can show you guys what not to do because you're seeing me lose based off of these core problems that I have. So next, I think this is where I've really been going wrong, and that's focusing on my strategy and confusing myself. Two different topics that kind of intertwine with each other. So focusing on my strategy, I don't know why, but I scroll through Twitter, look through YouTube, and I don't overload myself, but I see certain strategies that could possibly pair with what I do, and just confuses the hell out of me when I should literally just be going off of. I'll actually text it out. What I should be focusing on in my strategy is a liquidity sweep, followed by a break of structure, then confirming confluence, like an order block, breaker block, fair value gap, and an SMT. Then a scale down, So scale down to a lower time frame and search for your continuation confluence, like your fair value gaps, your order blocks, and your equilibrium. And then that's when you enter. Oh, what the hell? So this right here is my strategy. It's simple. Like I said, I trade ICT's concepts taught by TJR. Liquidity sweep. And actually, I will use this to break down exactly why I took the trade you're looking at right here on the practice account. We get our liquidity sweep. Boom. That's number one. Okay, we got our liquidity sweep. Boom. Break a structure on the 5-minute. We get a 5-minute candle closing above the last previous high. Right there. Okay, so check the two boxes. Whether this trade plays out or not, I stuck to my strategy on this. Now you're looking for a confirming confluence. Oh, what's the confirming confluence? We have a nice little 5-minute fair value gap that was respected right here. So I scale down to the lower time frame, and I take the trade. Take the trade up there. I'm tripping. So I take the trade somewhere up here. I think it was on this candle. Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here. I took this trade. Looks like we're about to soar down, but either way, I take the trade out after the closure out of that fair value gap, and then that's that. That's why I took that trade. If anyone can tell me what I'm doing wrong, feel free to share. That's what I'm here for. Is I'm trying to learn as well. But yeah, we get our liquidity sweep. Makes a 5-minute fair value gap, which got tested great. We close above, back on the 1-minute. I take the trade somewhere in here on the retracement, and that's that. Yeah, I don't feel that stupid anymore, because for whatever reason I forget how I took trades after the fact. Another skill I need to get better at. And we were freaking looking good. I guess we're kind of looking good right now, but confusing myself, and that goes with learning these other strategies and trying to pair it with what I do, when I should just be listening to this list right here every single time, because it is going to be probable like that. Let's see if there's like a SMT or something. I haven't checked for any of that. Higher high at 10.5 to 10.20. We got yeah, no SMT there. No SMT ski. Why do I keep doing that? So this is the NASDAQ, by the way. So anyway, I should just be listening and following this rule set that I have for myself that I know. Liquidity sweep, break of structure, you're confirming confluence, scale down to find a continuation confluence, and then you enter, which is exactly what I did. And a break of structure can also be your confirming confluence. No. That was actually a bullish bias today, just based off of the trend lines. Let's see. So I guess what I can take away from this, with patience, I should keep my same mental attitude. I'm proud, I'm proud of my patience. Maybe just not be so timid to enter when I should be entering. Don't over, don't be overly patient, but don't be under patient at all cost. I will not revenge trade. I will be embarrassed at myself if I post another revenge trade, unless it hits, then I'll be a fucking gangster. But yeah, focusing on my strategy is the number one takeaway from this video. I need to strictly follow the rule set I have on the screen right here, and I think I will be a much more profitable trader just by doing that. Only taking A plus setups. That's that. Confusing myself. No more trying to add shit to my strategy, because what I have here is not broken, so I don't need to fix it. I'm also trading during the government shutdown. That's why I'm on the practice account. You just have to be very, very cautious about news. But with that being said, I really hope this video helped you as much as it's going to help me. I hope to look back on this in a couple years and laugh at it. But I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Deuces.